Choices have been made by the mortals, choices that will be remembered. Such is description of the prelude, choices of Orckind. And that's a false statement. I don't remember a single thing out of the choices, except, and I clicked that one off without even having to look anything up, Progedarus' death. Well, jokes aside, I quite like that you can do this. That you can select the events that happen and the events that... I mean, you can choose between what happened and what didn't happen. I don't recall if this was a thing at the start of the second human book. I think it wasn't, although I may have skipped something. And you know, just this running thing where my decisions didn't get transferred over to the second book, even though I played on the same machine back then, so they should have. So I'm playing a version I wouldn't necessarily... I mean, I'm playing with decisions that I wouldn't necessarily make. In fact, I made the opposite. You know, I didn't help the traitor, Genesis, and there shouldn't be... If this were my version with my choices, then there wouldn't be as much ill intent towards Genesis, and Genesis wouldn't be dead, I think. But, you know, it is what it is. I, at some point, perhaps will replay the entirety of Legends of Arcane once it reaches some satisfactory state, by the words of the creator. So, let me pull up the spreadsheet. It's not really a spreadsheet, it's just something I wrote down. So, this is... Spider killed. Okay. Kasserkin not attacked. Orcs attacked. What was it? Humans killed. Undead attacked. Progedarus died. That's a given. And Salomar died as well. Yes. Has Salomar survived? No. And that marks... And yeah, he was replaced by Praxius, who had a Rod of Healing which gave a 2% heal per second aura, which was ridiculous. Anyway. The attack of the demons has thrown the orcs into disarray. The garrisons and reserve troops they had left behind to watch their back, including their forest troll allies, have been butchered by the demons. Now they flee through the lines of retreating humans and demon invaders, attempting to find safety, only to find none. In the chaos, their forces are divided. Luckily for the orcs, they were able to locate a goblin merchant who offers to bring them into safety. In the meantime, from the shadows, an ancient being watches the recent events with great interest. I can't recall the name of the Dreadlord. Largoth? He's been watching the events of the second human book as well, and he's the one that greets you and tells you, oh, you missed out on some choices, let me adjust things for you, and fucks everything up. Well, anyway, such is the description of Prologue, Aftermath. I have always felt like the orcs were an interesting race, in their own right. I am quite sure that no other being, mortal or otherwise, shares this point of view regarding them, but something about them always intrigued me. I still cannot say for sure what it is. I can still remember the day when they first caught my eye. That was endless years ago, alone in the dark, still denied a corporeal form. I remember countless ships, filled with orcs. A few ships crashed on the cliffs in the north, dead and lost forever. Others had already been sunk by sea monsters even before I first put my gaze on them. The majority of the fleet had set sail towards the Great Sea. They will never survive the journey. They were doomed. They didn't have enough food for a long journey, and there were many dangerous sea monsters in their path. They had no idea where they were sailing. Their race had to flee from its home and just had set sail without a specific destination. Their entire race would have died out. I intervened. I do not know if it was a whim, an act of mercy, or if I was just bored. Even in my weak state, I was able to create a small storm that would send some of the ships southwards. Instead of starving on open sea or being devoured by sea monsters, they landed on Arcane, so there's many more orcs. It was only a small portion of the fleet, but I was not capable of doing more, and even that had cost me more effort than I was prepared for. So I decided to watch, to learn. I wanted to know how the creatures would perform in their new home. It did not take me long to see their potential, and how it was wasted. And they have not changed from what I can tell. Recent events prove this. I will not allow this to continue. Your training has brought you this far. It is time to step out of the shadows. Do what I ask of you, and you shall receive the reward that you wish for. As you wish, my master. I will not fail you. I know you won't. So, do we have a deal or what? We're not going to lower our price any more than we already have. I still believe that the gold you ask for is too much, but I see no other choice but to accept. We cannot stay here for too much longer. The demons will overrun this place within the next few hours. I will prepare the ships. You better make sure that your people are ready. We're leaving in an hour. Are you sure about this, Rangul? Dividing our forces at this critical stage of war could prove to be a fatal mistake. You and your clan have to collect the missing clans, Zermak. Half of the Death Breeze are still fighting out there, and Wrath and the Darkmind clan are still missing. We need those forces, especially since the demons slaughtered our forest troll reserves. Very well then, I will do as you ask, Warchief. Please also look for my son, Grufzak, Zermak. He is among the missing troops. I need to know if he is still alive. We will regroup after the goblins have transported us into safety and plan our next step. We have underestimated the demons and paid the price for it. But we will make do. Once the clans are united, we will continue our invasion by... Don't you see, Rangul? Your invasion is responsible for the success of the demons in the first place. If you had not attacked the borderline of the Imperials, neither them nor we would be in this situation to begin with. I know that you dislike me for having argued against killing all humans because you hate them so much, but even you must see that right now we cannot allow ourselves to get lost in this conquest of yours. So what do you suggest, girl? Allying with the humans against the demons? Ha! No, you fool! I am arguing against killing those who could still be useful to us. Nonsense! How could a human prove to be useful to us? You're only an exception because you are raised by Rangul. Any other orc would have killed you. Don't you understand? Every goddamn time when the orcs have tried to conquer lands, they went into the war with little to no preparations. Do you remember how Sass and Rav attacked Castle Combe? They won in the end. That is the only reason why I'm here now, and I am thankful for that. But they paid a high price due to the lack of knowledge in siege warfare and lacking siege equipment. I would just say that the bridge was really narrow and shitty, but that's just my point of view. You can hate the humans as much as you like. Even you cannot deny that there is much you could learn from them. Also, if you try killing them all, you will only give them yet another reason to go to total war with the orcs. If you commit genocide, they will do the same. The human who was in charge of my jailer seemed especially like the kind of person who would not hesitate to burn down our homes just to get rid of Orckind if it suits him. And you... Enough! This is nothing I wish to discuss with you, Vanessa. Not now, not ever. I thought I had made this clear the last time we talked about this. I understand that you are only trying to help, but this is not the way. We need to continue our war against the humans because we need their land, not only for our future as a race, but also for our survival. I expect you to follow my orders even if you disagree with them. If you don't meet my expectations, I will not hesitate to do what I must. I see that you were having fun while I was gone. No, this wasn't us. Must have been slaves of the demons. They have been getting belligerent since their masters have broken through. At least they left the supplies behind for us to take. We got word from the goblins. They are bringing the main bulk of the clan to their main base. Are you sure you want to go through with this? It could end horribly. I know, but I have made my choice. You can still back out, Okri. I'm not forcing you to reunite with your former clan. Nonsense! I have been with you since the beginning. I will stick with you until the end. Let's just hope that your father will listen before he tries to attack. Would be a shame if I had to kill him. My father will listen. I am sure about that. Now, we should go. Our troll friends are already waiting for us, I'm sure. What the fuck is going on? So, supposedly, there is daughter of who? Rangul? There was no mention of that. There's only Vanessa. That's not really his daughter. And the other of those two female orcs was riding a fellhound. And they spoke of troll allies, and trolls have been slaughtered. Either they're out of touch with the situation, or they know very well what's happening, and trolls haven't been killed, they've just been mind controlled, and these are... Wait, troll allies. It could be also undead trolls. Which is why they would want to talk. But with their attitude of, oh, I would hate to kill him, I would hate to have to kill him, I think that they don't come with a good offer. Well, that's for the next mission. I'll see you in it. Whoops.